We are in the Scratch project editor. If you haven't already, jump over to the events category. It's yellow, so we can suss out these blocks. So just what are events in Scratch? Well, as you can see, most of them are hat blocks that have these like little rounded tops. And we know based on our Scratch Blocks Explained tutorial that a hat block starts a sequence of instructions. You'll be very familiar with when the green flag is clicked hat block, because we know that when we click this green flag, we start the project. So we've got a couple of sprites down here, Blob and Bulb, and what we want to do when the green flag is pressed is we want to show them. So let's do that. Press the green flag, and here we are away. I'm going to drag this block and put it over Bulb, so when I press the green flag, both will appear now. Yay. All right, let's check out the next hat event block. And this is when a particular key is pressed. Now, if we click this parameter here, we can select virtually any key that's on the keyboard. We can refer to a specific key, such as the up arrow. And when the up arrow is pressed on the keyboard, we can start a sequence of instructions. So let's go into our loop blocks and increase the size of our blob. Cool. Let's duplicate that. And let's decrease the size on a down arrow press. Cool. So I'm going to press the up arrow now, and you can see our blob size increases, and when I press the down arrow, its size decreases. You'll see the size also change over here in the sprite view. The next event hat block to talk about is when this sprite is clicked. I'm actually going to jump over to the stage and demonstrate this one in the stage. So when the stage is clicked, so what that means is when I click the stage, this will activate this set of instructions. What we'll do is we'll head across into our backdrops, and we're just going to get a few surprise backdrops here. So I don't know what it's going to serve up. All a bit of fun. Cool, looks great. So if we jump over here, so when the stage is clicked, let's just go to the next backdrop. I'm going to click the stage here, and look, we're going to the next backdrop. Boom. That's a neat little segue to the next hat block for our events, when the backdrop switches to a particular backdrop. So here are the three backdrops plus the existing one that we just added. So we can respond to when we switch to one of those backdrops. So let's go to the forest, and we can get our blob to say something for a couple of seconds. And when I click the stage and we go to the forest, oh yeah, I love the forest. Doesn't work for any other backdrop. All right, the next hat event block is called when a particular property is greater than a value. So here we can refer to the microphone's loudness or the Scratch timer, which by default, when you press the green flag, starts. So it's always counting in the background. So we'll play around with this loudness value. And when the loudness gets bigger, let's say 60. This is just a random sort of value. It's between 0 and 100, but you just have to play around with your own voice to see when Scratch initiates this one. And what we'll do is we will get our blob to, again, say, shh, surfing Scratcher. All right, so if I just start talking to the microphone, our orange blob is telling me to shh. Okay, I'm just going to disconnect that, otherwise that'll be a little bit annoying for us. Okay, I want to talk about these next three blocks here. So one of them is a hat block and these two are stack blocks. So events in Scratch enables you to communicate between sprites as well. So that's what we'll use these three to do for us. I hope you're pretty familiar with the walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkies allow us to communicate between people. So we're going to use that idea and show it to you with these sprites. So let's give our orange blob a walkie-talkie. So our orange blob wants to talk to the pink blob. All right, so let's grab out a when the space key is pressed, and then let's grab a new message. And we're going to say, I bet you can't change your color. If I press the spacebar, you'll see ever so slightly that a yellow outline appears around our scripts here, but nothing happens. And that's because nothing is currently listening to this event here, this broadcasted message. So we need to go ahead and change that. We need to give our bulb sprite a walkie-talkie. Just to be clear, it's not the actual graphics that are allowing them to communicate, it's the blocks. So let's go ahead into our bulb sprite and let's receive that message now. When I receive, I bet you can't change your color. Let's go do something now. Let's get our bulb to say, oh yes, I can, for 2 seconds. Then after that, we'll get it to change its color. So if I press the spacebar here, oh yes, I can, and then our bulb will change its color, and it looks pretty cool. As you can see, our bulb doesn't have the walkie-talkie still, but that's just a graphic. I can go in and change that. If I press the spacebar again, you'll see our blob is now listening to that message and can change its color. All right, let's talk about the last event stack block here, and that is broadcast the message and wait. So what that means is it does the exact same thing by broadcasting the message, but the extra bit here, the and wait part, means that any sprite or anything that is handling this event, so receiving it here, it will execute all those instructions, and then this will continue. Okay, so at the moment, this instruction will fire, and then it would go directly to the next instruction if there was one beneath it. And I can show you that by just getting another C block here and get a well played. So if I press the spacebar, everything happens at once, which isn't really what we want. So what we can do is, instead of just firing the event, we can wait until it is finished executing. So if we just attach these blocks now and we press the spacebar, I bet you can't change your color. Oh, yes, I can. Changes color, and then we get the well played. So that what that has done is we press the spacebar, it goes over to our bulb, it executes these. See, this takes 3 seconds. When we get to the end, our blob finishes by saying well played. That's events in Scratch.